meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I would like to welcome all of you to 290 meeting of Speakers and Toastmasters Club. My name is Toastmaster Lalita and I'll be the sergeant at arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind everyone that this meeting will be recorded. Some parts of the meeting may also be used for the promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules that we'll follow during the course of this meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt while someone is speaking. If you have to move during the meeting, please turn off your camera. Third, please be mindful from addressing sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Support and encourage the fellow speakers by turning on your camera with warm smiles and claps. Use Zoom reaction buttons to express yourself during the meeting. As you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and personal growth. Now, every meeting has a theme, and today's theme is very interesting, which is Go Green, Go Cycling. When we heal the earth, we heal ourselves. The earth is in the trouble that it is in because of the way that modern man has treated her. Now, let's welcome our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Savik. Savik is a final year engineering student and also a member of NGO known as Fly Higher India, an NCC certificate holder and a part-time chef at house. Savik loves socializing and have interest in traveling. Savik believes that things which does not kill you makes you stronger. Over to you, Toastmaster Savik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, for that wonderful introduction and setting the tone of the meeting in the right direction. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome you all in today's meeting of Speakers in Toastmaster Club. Now, what is Toastmaster Club? So Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches you public speaking. And if you're someone who is thinking to join Toastmaster only to improve your public speaking, then I can assure you that you will be getting much more than that. You can improve first, you can improve your public speaking, you can improve your leadership skills, you can find friends and mentors who will stay with you for the rest of your lives. You can have a great network and you can also improve your organization skills. So there are so many things that you can do. So the Toastmaster organization grew out of a single club founded by Raphael C. Smiley on October 22, 1924. Currently, the organization membership exceeds more than 3 lakh in 15,800 clubs across 149 countries. Since 1924, Toastmaster International has helped people from diverse backgrounds to improve their public speaking skills and improve their leadership qualities. So I can see many guests and some new members who has joined for the first time. So before start of the meeting, can I request the guests to come up and give their introduction, a small introduction. Good morning, Pai. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Srinivas Pai. I've done my mechanical engineering in RV and executive MBA from IIM Bangalore. I'm currently working for a German organization, Carl Zeiss. My hobbies are badminton, playing chess, etc. So yeah, I want to improve my public speaking skills. I'm really shy by nature, so that's why I joined this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You are in the right place. You can improve your public speaking and also do a lot more than that. I'll also request you to rename yourself as guest, so it will be easy for us to understand who is a guest and who is a Toastmaster. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Can I request Ashia to just give a small introduction about herself?
Yeah, hi Savik. Hi everyone. I'm Asya here. Even I have joined the meeting last week also. Yeah, so about me, I'm basically from Hyderabad, and right now I'm staying in Bangalore just to explore the new city and have a change here. And so currently I'm working in a Wipro organization. And my hobbies are just playing badminton and browsing, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that introduction. We also have a new member who has recently joined last week, Toastmaster Chetna. Can you please give a small introduction about yourself and what made you join Toastmaster?
Yeah. I'm Chetana. I've previously worked for a company called TCS in IT's department, and I changed my career to finance in the year 2019. And currently, I'm working as a finance analyst in ABB, and I've completed my 3 years. And along with my job, I'm also pursuing my IFRS and ICW courses. I joined the Toastmasters with the motive of improving my public speaking and communication skills.
Thank you, Chetna, for that introduction. Stay consistent and you will see the changes in yourself. Thank you so much for joining the Toastmaster. Now, before I hand the stage to Toastmaster of the day, you can see any country or any place, there is a lot of pollution. And also, one more major problem that people are facing is that their fitness problem. People are not that much enthusiastic to go for running because running creates more joint pain in your legs. And so cycling is one of the best thing that you can do on, if you don't find time on weekdays, you can go on weekends, go for uh, let's say 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers cycling with your friends, with your family. You will be having a good time. And also, if your office is very nearby, you can use cycling, you can use cycle instead of your bike, which will also help to reduce the pollution. So now I'd like to call the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka. She hails from Bihar. She completed her graduation in chemical engineering from IIT Guwahati, currently working as a product manager in EdTech startup. She likes traveling and reading books in her free time. The stage is all yours, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Souvik. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today, I want to talk about, along with the cycling as a hobby, how cycling can be your best choice for commute. To start with that, how many of you like cycling? Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, not a fan of it. Yeah. So happy to have so many enthusiasts here. So now as a kid, we mostly use cycling to commute, right? Because we didn't have much choices. But is there anyone who have used cycling as a commute by choice as an adult or even thought of doing so? Anyone? Yeah, Toastmaster Tanmay, Ashia. Okay. That's great. And if you haven't like started yet, I think this session will be a great motivation to do so. Now, to start with, I call myself a cycle person because I have been using cycle ever since. I used it for commuting in school, used it for commuting in college, and even currently using it to commute for work. It's a slight modification. Currently I'm using a electrically assisted cycle, but it's still a paddle cycle. So I do know the perk of using cycles. So let me start with the top 5 perks. So starting with number 1, by using cycle you will contribute significantly in keeping the environment clean and pollution free. We all know how desperately we need to save the environment, and it's a no brainer, right? And the contribution of petrol and diesel vehicle in air pollution is also well known to us. So I think using cycle will help us to go green and save our environment. Now the second perk is that it helps you to stay healthy. Well, in this era of technical advancement, work is getting more and more focused to desk work, right? And we move very little throughout the day. Health issues are one of the major issues currently people, especially the working professions, are facing. So if you cycle at least half an hour throughout the day, you will have tremendous health benefits. So to start with, right, it's a strength and cardio workout in one. So it improves your muscle strength and mobility. Second, it increases your endurance. Third, it's a low impact cardio workout, which correctly Sobi pointed that it's a very good workout for your knees. Fourth is decreases your stress level. and the benefit list goes longer. These are just a few to highlight. Now the third reason, and this is the most interesting part, and this is my favorite, right? And so one of the major reason that we use motorbikes and car over cycle is that it's faster, right? But welcome to Bangalore traffic. Nothing can move faster here. So I'll tell you one incident to like so that you can relate with it better. So me and my friend, we started from Kormangla at the same time, and we had to go to HSR. It's almost 10-kilometer journey. So my friend started with a motorbike and I started with on cycle. And earlier, like I was worried that I'll reach like a lot later, but surprisingly I reached faster, right? The slight catch here is that I used electric cycle, which gives like higher speed compared to the normal cycles, but still like it's very less compared to the motorbike. And also we have on some roads we have separate track for cycles, which helps to beat the traffic and go faster, especially in Bangalore. And I wish we had like more coverage for cycle tracks so that it would have been like much faster and safer, but nonetheless it's still better. Well, I do want to address the pain point that if you are using cycling for daily commute, right? Sometimes like it's not that every day you are very enthusiastic and motivated to work out, etc. So there this electric assist comes very handy, right? So with this you have to pedal consistently like a normal cycle. It's just you goes a lot faster compared to the normal cycle. And if you want to do a normal cycling, you can just turn off the assistance and you can cycling like normal. So I can talk about it detail, but let's just brief it down to here. I am a huge fan of my cycle. Now coming to the fourth part, right? It's a lot cheaper. It's definitely cheaper when you buy a cycle compared to the motorbike or a car. Even the electric cycle that I got came for only 28K. And also the increasing petrol prices will give you more trouble, will give you, sorry, less trouble if you are using a cycle. And now coming to the fifth part and last part, which is cycling is fun. It's a lot of fun. I know it's a bit subjective, but it has been a great stress buster for me. And when you compare it with highly frustrating commute in Bangalore traffic, so it's definitely a yes, and it saves a lot of like mental harassment because of like staying for longer in the traffic. So I do agree that if you are traveling for very longer duration, then cycling will take a lot of time. But if it is within the range of, let's say, like 5 to 10 kilometers, you can very well do that. And I have been using this personally, so I think this has been so great so far. And nonetheless, you cycling is a very good workout and a hobby for your free time in your weekends, etc. Yeah, so with this I would like to move ahead with the meeting and stop my praise for the cycling here. So now to start with, in this meeting we will have three parts. The first will be prepared speeches. The second part will be the table topics, where we will the table topic master will give us any topic, and we will have to speak for 1 or 2 minutes impromptu in on that topic. And the third part will be evaluation, where evaluators will give their review and feedback on the prepared speeches. So moving ahead, I would like to give it over to Toastmaster Sankhya. So Toastmaster Sankhya is a management consultant by professor. He is a part-time theater artist, was a part of an improv comedy club conducting multiple live shows across Bangalore. He loves storytelling along with his FB page, Cafe Stories. So over to you, GE Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anushka. Very good morning, dear Toastmasters and our lovely guests. So today my role is that of the GE, that's popularly known as, and if I expand it, that's called General Evaluator. So as general evaluator, I am going to evaluate this meeting end to end from the starting till the end of the meeting. And towards the end of the meeting, I'll give my report that what went well in today's meeting and what could be improved on. But to help me with this process, I have a team of 3 musketeers, popularly known as the tag team. Now, to help me with that, the first one is the T that's for timer. May I request Toastmaster Duman, who is playing the role of timer today, to please present the objective of the timer.
As a timer, my role is to keep track of the time that the speakers use, as well as the table topics speakers and the evaluators. The timing for the table topics is between 1 to 2 minutes. The timing for the evaluators is from 2 to 3 minutes. And the timing for the speeches will be announced by the speaker's evaluator beforehand. Generally, it is from 5 to 7 minutes. I will alert the speaker by flashing the green card in the case of the prepared speeches at 5 minutes. Then just a second. I will share the yellow card at 6 minutes, and I will share the red card at 7 minutes. After 7 minutes are over, the speaker still has 30 seconds buffer to finish his speech. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Duman. And now for my second musketeers, that's the A, which stands for the R counter. May I request Toastmaster Chetna to please present the speech objective, the R counter objective.
As an counter, I would be keeping track of the words and sounds that are used as scratch, pauses, or fillers by anyone who speaks. And during the meeting, I'll be listening to the overused words, including and, well, but, so and so on. I will also listen for the filler sounds, including I'll also make a note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, this means. And at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker had used those expressions.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. Now for the last musketeers, may I request Toastmaster Lalita to please present your objective as the grammarian.
Grammarian is me, not Toastmaster Lalita.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. May I request Toastmaster Saubik to please present yourself for the grammarian?
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankya. So as the grammarian, my role is to note down all the proper and improper usage of grammar. And and it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is meticulous. Of meticulous preparation have gone into writing the book. I would encourage all the speakers, whether you are giving a prepared speech or taking up a tabletop topic, please use this word. I'll be showing up a thumbs up whenever someone uses that word. And I'll be presenting my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shaubik, as the grammarian. Now that actually reminds me that whenever long back, when I was in school, I was literally afraid of grammar. So whenever the grammarian role comes in, it just stops my heartbeat. And that's when the lot of mistakes starts happening. But thanks to Toastmaster Shaubik, I'm sure Shobik, along with Toastmaster Shobik and our awesome tag team of Toastmaster Duman and also with Toastmaster Chetna, we will come back towards the end of the meeting to present our report. Now back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So there is a slight modification on what we just discussed. So we will be starting with the table topic speeches first, and then move to the prepared speeches. So going ahead with, I would like to introduce our table topic master for the day. So Toastmaster Lalita is HR by profession and have around 10% years of experience. She has completed MA in Public Administration and PG Diploma in HR Management. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Lalita. Over to you. You are on mute, Toastmaster.
Sorry. Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka, for such a warm welcome. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Toastmaster Lalita, and I'll be the table topic master in today's meeting. But before starting, let me tell you what table topic session really means. Table topic session is kind of an impromptu speaking session where the table topic master would be giving you a topic. You get 10 to seconds of time to think, and when you have to speak a minimum, where you have to speak a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes. A timer will share a screen the moment you cross 1 minute. He's going to change the Zoom background to green. And when it turns to 1 minute 30 seconds, that will change to yellow. And when it goes to 2 minutes, that goes to red. And you have another 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. So let's start the session. Would anyone like to volunteer? So can we start with guest Pi? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So your topic would be, if you won a trip to anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Good morning, everyone. If I want a trip to anywhere, I would probably go to US because that's one of my favorite destinations. The first time I went to US, I just fell in love with it, and every state has its own beauty. So I went to the Atlanta, I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. It's one of the best country, I would say. So I would hands down go to US. And also the culture, the food, everything is wonderful there. Coming to the just the lifestyle of work, I think they have a balanced lifestyle compared to India. They enjoy their they enjoy their personal time, they enjoy their official work hours also. There's more respect in the work there also. So I would say as a trip, I would definitely take it to go to the US. The next destination would be, of course, Europe. So, so that's where I would go there, probably Switzerland or France. So Switzerland has its own natural beauty. It has its greenery. The roads are clean. The population, everything is well under. Everything is beautiful there. That's all I can say. And yes, that's would be my two destinations where I would go to. Coming to the trip, the third option would be probably within India, maybe somewhere in Jammu. So it again has it's a cold weather out there, and also it has again the natural beauty. So that's where I would go as a top 3 destinations. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing all your thoughts on this. So can I call a guest Tejas? Would you like to try?
Yes.
Okay. So if you won $1 million in lottery, what is the biggest effect it would have had on your life?
$1 million lottery. Okay. So my father is farmer, and actually I'm from small town. Now I'm working in corporate, but I design website for him also, like mymangopeople.com. We have mango farm in our village. So I would like to take that business on the next step if I am getting $1 million money. And let's see, means I have some plans, and it's going well throughout the years. Like last 4 years, I'm selling their fruits like mangoes through in corporate offices and in metro cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune. So yeah, that's if I'm winning, if I have money, so I'll help him to make his business on another level, and maybe I could quit my corporate job. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good to know. So moving on, can I call Dr. Pasha? Would you like to take it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
If you were to write a book, what topic would you choose?
So it's a very interesting topic you have given me. So I have already written book on endodontics. So I am a dentist. So I have written a book on that. So if I had to choose a book, one more book to written, I would be I would be very much interested to write a book on philosophy, because I love philosophy. I love since childhood. I love philosophy because uh, the, my father my father was like he was like a philosopher only. He was a man with great principles and values. He always used to taught me philosophy, moral values, and he taught me how to conduct good business, all stuff like that. So, uh, so I've been taught philosophy from my parents. That's why since childhood I am in love with philosophy. So that is the thing is what is main thing about philosophy is the actual actual meaning of life, meaning of life, uh, success, uh, actual success in life. Everything depends on our philosophy, how we, what we are, what are our principles, what are our this thing, daily routines. So what we believe in, this all these factors are totally depends on our success, our total our success, and how we lead our life, and what in future, what mark we we mark uh, on humanity. So it is not the hard work, or it is not the mentality that that influences our success and our lifestyle. It is our philosophy. So philosophy is the axial around which our life revolves. So if our philosophy is correct, we will have a meaningful life. We will leave our mark on our humanity. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Pasha, for sharing your thoughts. So next, would guest Asha, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is a subject you would like to study?
Okay. Uh, from childhood, I'm very good with dealing with numbers, and I have completed BSc Mathematics and MSc Mathematics from NIT. And but unfortunately, because of some reasons, I have to come and settle down in this corporate world. So if I get a chance again to get back into my studies and choose a subject, then for sure it will be mathematics, and I will like to pursue a PhD into it. And I really like the profession of teaching, and not only me learning, but I will also spread this teaching into all over the other students. I'll just like to share my knowledge, and I will make them aware what is what is the scope of mathematics. Most of the people think that after masters in this subject, they only go into the profession of teaching, but it is not only limited till there. So but it has a very huge scope. So nothing comes out for everything to learn. The only base will be to understand what is the numbers and what is the line on that. So of course, yeah, I'll take to have a maths only. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Asha. Even maths is my favorite subject as well. Okay, now can I try Toastmaster Venkatesh? Would you like to give a try?
Yes, sure, Lilita.
Yeah. So if you add 1 day to leave, what would you do? Should I repeat?
No, ma'am, I understood it.
Okay.
Okay. If I have one to live for 1 day, I will definitely go to my beautiful city, Bangalore. There, I will meet my old friends, old friends. Like one of my best friend is here, Sovik, to whom till 12th and standard we studied together, and and what I have learned during this course of years, how to live or to how to motivate others. I have learned so much from my friends only, and go to and also like to go to with my friends to different places of Bangalore. That's all, ma'am.
So thank you. I didn't know you and Sauvik were actually classmates. Okay. So next, would Toastmaster Kajal, would you like to take a topic? Kajal, would you like to give a try, Kajal? I think you're on mute, Kajal.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So what's more important, the journey or the destination?
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. So I would say both are equally important for us. The journey and the destination. The journey, when we start a journey, we have like a full of excitement. How it could be, means it could be like very beautiful and very difficult. We will get so many hurdles in a way, but when we just reach our destination, we will like if our journey is more difficult than the destination, if we will get the destination also, we feel it's too beautiful. Because the if we will get something very easily, then we just don't feel it's something like good, or it's something like that much of important feel we get. Like if we are going for Tirupati darshan, then we have to wait for 5 or 6 hours, or maybe sometimes like 8 hours, and after that we just get darshan, then we just feel very precious. Yeah, we just got darshan. So like the destination is like the way, like shame, or if we are going for a waterfall or something, like we just have to start our journey to just climbing on that fall, and then we just get a beautiful view. So that both are equally means important for me, I would say. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Kajal, for sharing your thoughts. So next, would like Toastmaster Swati, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So what is your fondest memory of school?
What is my fondest memory of school? Okay. Actually, in school days, all of us would be having a lot of fondest memory. But one, I would say it's a fondest memory, or it was a funny story. One time when I was in like 8th standard, and my brother was in 5th standard, we always used to go to school by cycling, and it was raining that day, and the road was completely muddy, and there was a slopey road, and my brother just did a stunt, and he went down the road, and following him, I thought, okay, I would also try. I also twisted my cycle and went down and suddenly fell down in the mud. So that was one of the funniest story which I will always remember of my school life, because that time he helped me a lot, like to remove the mud and from my body, and he washed it with the water, whatever water was left in his water bottle. And there were all my school friends who were laughing because they also saw me falling down, because I, with all the proud, I was going down the hill and then I fell down. So that is my fondest memory also, and it was the funniest memory of my school life.
Thanks, Swati, for sharing such a beautiful story. So now, would Toastmaster Savik, would you like to give a try? Savik?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, should children under 12 be allowed to own a mobile phone?
Thank you for that interesting topic, Toastmaster Lalita. Well, it completely depends upon the situation that we are in. I still remember when I was growing up, I got my mobile phone. Well, I was in 12th standard, not when I was in the age of 12th. So, but nowadays, when everything is completely online, we have so many things to watch, to study in online. It might happen that we give our the younger generation phone at the age of 12. But what we have to remember is that if they are under the age of 12, we should keep a watch on them. There is internet is something that can be used in a good manner, and also it can be used in a very bad manner as well. There are so many cyber crimes that are happening. There are so many things that younger generation are falling into trap. So we should make sure that our younger generation don't go in the wrong direction. We should always encourage them to study or to find anything that is very productive internet. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Savik, for sharing such beautiful thoughts on this. So next, would guest Itesh, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you had to live in another country for a year, where would that
be? Well, I have always wanted to be in United States of America because it's not only me. It's the American dream, you know. That's what everybody wants to do. That's what the President of America says, that we don't give them anything, but still everybody want that US residential permit. And that's the thing that they wanted to have. I mean, people always talk about soft power, and that's the best example that America is, although they cannot be reached, but still they want to live that life. And I myself, despite the fact that knowing about the soft power of America, I would really want to be in that country and experience that. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Ritesh. So Toastmaster Anushka, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you could go back in time and meet your younger self, what advice would you give yourself?
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. So if I could go back in time, right? So I remember as a kid, I used to be much more focused in studies because I think we all sort of have been brainwashed in that direction as a kid. So, but if I could go back, I would like to tell to my younger self to focus along with the studies to focus much more on hobbies and also on sports because now as an adult I realize the importance of if sports, and it teaches us a lot more, which cannot be taught in books, right? It teaches us the power of teamwork, coordination, taking instant decisions based on the situation, and so much more, right? And also different hobbies. I am a person who likes to try multiple things, but I believe I to some extent restricted myself to like focusing on getting better marks and doing better in studies. And now as a adult I have started now I since I realized the power of exploring multiple things and investing in hobbies, I have started exploring much more things. So that is the advice I would like to give to my younger self.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka. Next, Toastmaster Chetana, would you like to give a try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If you had a choice between living in the city or living in the countryside, which would you select?
I would love to live in a city, because I feel in city there are a lot of facilities and a lot of luxuries which are available, and we can make use of them very efficiently and effectively. And especially in the Bangalore city, I can find that there are so many shops nearby to the place we live in, and also that facilities which we can make use of. And also in the city side, I feel that it's the thinking perspective of people are much broader, and we can do the things as we wish to, and also we can live our lives based on our own interests and not much interference of the people around. And also by living in the city side, I also feel that we get to interact with more people, and of course more people who are learned, and we can gain a lot by interacting with such people and making ourselves. Thank you, Lalita.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Chetana, for sharing your thoughts on this. Next, Toastmaster Duman, would you like to give a try?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
I'll be the timer for Duman.
Okay. Save money or spend a big. What is your recommendation?
Can you repeat?
Save money or spend up big. What is your recommendation?
Save money or spend big?
Yes.
I think the best thing to do is to spend however much is needed that you can get a benefit from it. Meaning, don't save it too much. Don't exaggerate with saving when it depends. Means if you have the ability to spend a bit more, and if spending more gives you there's some extra quality that you can get. Let's say I have to buy a motorbike, then I should not buy the most expensive one, but also I should not go for the absolute cheapest. Basically, I should see for my purpose which one is needed, and amongst that, get the best one that I'm able to get. Basically, look at each case by case and try to evaluate what is the most reasonable thing to do. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Duman, for sharing your thoughts on this. Toastmaster Tanmay, would you give a try? Would you like to give a try?
Is it okay if I keep the video turned off?
That's all right.
I don't want to scare anybody.
That's fine. So what are some of your guilty pleasures?
That's an interesting topic. So I am guilty of saying this, but some of the pleasures are definitely playing video games uninterrupted, eating good food, especially desserts, which definitely ruins the diet and comes with a lot of guilty afterwards. And another thing that I would say would be cycling. Like on weekends, I usually try to wake up early and head out when people are still trying to sleep in and the roads are empty. And there are certain routes in Bangalore where you feel like you're not even in Bangalore. So that is definitely one of my guilty pleasure. And now, thanks to our teamwork today, I get to know there are others who can join me in these pleasures, and I would not be the only one who is guilty of them. But my cycling trip also comes with a twist. Always head towards some interesting eatery, some breakfast place, so that all the cycling that I have done, all the calories that I have burnt, I compensate for them immediately, so that there is everything is balanced out, because life is all about balance. The calories lost and the calories gained. So that is definitely one of my guilty pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay, for sharing your thoughts on this. Next, would Toastmaster Savik. Sorry, I think Toastmaster Savik is over. Toastmaster Sankhya.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Speed versus accuracy. What do you believe is more important while undertaking a task?
Can you repeat that?
Speed versus accuracy. What do you believe is more important while undertaking a task?
Speed versus accuracy. Now, this is something which I faced very much in my work, and that's what I ask my fellow colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm from actually the quality department, and being part of the quality, I always prefer people to focus on quality. But then the operation teams, on the other hand, they are being pressurized on the speed. Well, both has its own merits and both has its own disadvantages as well. While quality is important because that's what the client gives us money for, that whatever comes out as output should be good in quality. But speed is important as well, because if we do things on a very, very slow way, that will hamper their money. And of course, money is honey, as we all know. So for me, it's both. It's speed as well as quality, but speed should not come in as a front of the quality as well. And it's not only about the job, it's all about also if we consider in front of our life. For example, if I'm driving from X, Z to Y, and how am I driving depends on the quality actually, like whether I'm driving not very fast, not in something way that is going to hamper the speed or the way that I'm looking. That's the quality. But at the same time, the speed should not be in such a way that it's actually jeopardizes someone's life as well. So a balance between the two is what is important for us. Over to you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Sankhya, for sharing your thoughts. I think I've almost covered everyone, so I think we can move on to the next session.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, for this wonderful table topic session. So now we will move ahead with the prepared speeches. So our first speaker is Toastmaster Swati. And Toastmaster Swati, just give me a minute.
Kajal.
Okay, the first speaker is the evaluator going to be Toastmaster Kajal, right? So let me start with a brief introduction of Toastmaster Swati. She is a software engineer by profession and have around 11 plus years of work experience. She completed her BTech in computer science from Bhopal and PhD diploma in advanced computing from CDAC Bangalore. So now I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Kajal, to talk more about the speech objective and agenda. So over to you, Toastmaster Kajal.
Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Swati, is giving L1 P2 speech. The purpose of the project is to learn or review the basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. And the title of the speech is Women in New Era. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kajal. Toastmaster Swati, can you just do a quick audio and video check?
Audio video check.
Yeah. Toastmaster Kajal, can you confirm?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
audible and visible to me.
I think we are good to go. So over to you, Toastmaster Swati.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka. And good morning to all the fellow Toastmasters and the dear guest. Today, I will be giving my level 1 P2 speech with a purpose. And my topic is Women in New Era. So the woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. And the woman who walks alone will likely to be find herself in places where no one has ever reached. This is a wonderful quote set by Albert Einstein. Women today, more than ever before, have gone against the grain of male-dominated societies and culture. And year after year, confident, courageous, intelligent, and determined women all over the country made it big and wrote success in their various fields. They made India proud of their strength and their sterling record of achievements. Even though there are numerous women who made it big in their fields and their fields of excellence, I want to name a few Indian women who made it big and lasting impression to the world. With this, I want to start with a questionnaire round, and I will be asking questions and giving mark for every correct answer, and we will be having winner at the end of this quiz. So with this, my first question is, who is the lady who quit her 20-year-old career in investment banking and started a beauty startup from scratch at the age of 50? So we can type the answers in the chat box. Anyone? So she is none other than Falguni Nair. She is the founder of, yeah, that's right. That's right. So Pai has given the correct answer. And she's the founder of Nykaa. And she has left her 20-year. My voice is echoing. Is it fine now? Yeah. So she left her 20-year-long career in investment banking, and she started a beauty startup from scratch at the age of 50 years. She became the most successful woman of the year. She's the founder of Nykaa. She left the managing director position of Kotak Mahindra Group in the year 2012 and started Nykaa, which gives Indian a unique mix of affordable, rare, and luxury brands. Also, she gives the cruelty-free products. She is now the India's biggest self-made woman, and she's the biggest self-made woman and the billionaire, as the shares of her firm surged to a whooping high records of 89% in the last quarter of 2021. She owns half of the company shares, and her worth is like $6.5 billion. She is a true example of age is just a number. So she is one such example in the corporate world. We also have another lady who has won and lifted gold medal for India in the Commonwealth Games 2022. May I know who is that lady? Any guesses? Please type in the chat box.
In which sport?
Yeah, it's Mirabai Chanu. So she won gold medal in Commonwealth Olympics in 2022 in the women's 49 kg weightlifting category. She is considered as the power lady of India. She has come from the very traditional family of Manipur, and her strength was recognized by her family when she was made to climb the hill and carry the firewood from that hill. So the small family, the little family, poor family, understood her strength and wanted to push her daughter high. And she made her first debut in 2016 Rio Olympics, and she became the second Indian in 22 years to grab the gold medal in World Weightlifting Championship. She has set a very good example that a small town girl can hit the world and can hit the bullseye. Wherever you want, you can go and grab the world. So another such example we have is a lady who has now hold the highest office in India. She's the first tribal leader and she's holding the highest office in India. Who is that lady?
Draupadi.
Exactly. Draupadi Murmu is the first tribal leader of India, and she's holding the highest office. She took her oath of she took the oath of the 15th president on 25th July of 2022, and she is the first tribal leader. She pushed herself high and she made her work. She made her way into the politics with her sheer hard work. She's from Orissa and she's the tribal leader from Berhampur in the Mayurbanj district of Orissa. She worked as an assistant professor at the Sri Aurobindo Integral Education and Research Institute, Berhampur, and she worked as a junior assistant at the Irrigation Department of Government of Orissa. Draupadi Murmu joined Bharatiya Janata Party in 1997 and was elected as a councillor of the Berhampur Nagar Panchayat. In 2000, she became the chairperson of Berhampur Nagar Panchayat, and she also served as a national vice president of BJP Scheduled Tribe Morcha. Murmu received Neelkant Award in 2007 for the best MLA by Odisha Legislative Assembly. These are the very few examples who has who has hit the world. They have received whatever they want to receive, and they have achieved success in their life. With this, I want to request all of our audience to hold their hands and march together towards women empowerment. And we want to teach our girls, our daughters, our sisters, our mother, and every other lady that we get to know that you follow your dreams. You should understand the ability that you have and be tough enough to follow through. Don't rely on others to fight for you, and don't rely on others for speak for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swati, for this wonderful speech. I think, yeah, we have seen truly great women leaders, and it has been like ever since from the years ago we had Kalpana Chawla. Like we always have some big leaders, women leaders in every field where we can, and we can like now we are more moving towards making it more equal. There going forward, I wish there will come a time where there is no difference between like when we talk about who are this is the like first woman leader, we will just talk about these are the top leaders. So I think we should strive to get that level of equality. So with this, I think this ends our prepared speeches section. So now we will move towards our evaluation section. So now over to you, I think General Evaluator or Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anushka. Now, as I say that evaluation is something which is really, really important, because that's where we know that how to improve on or what are the things that went well. Well, that's the objective of this segment, which is the third and the last segment of today's meeting. Now, today's meeting, this part of the general evaluation will be divided into three parts. So on the first part, our evaluator will be called on to give this evaluation for our speaker. On the second part, I will be called upon our tag team, and the third part, I will be giving the overall general evaluation of the entire meeting. Now, to begin with the first part, may I request Toastmaster Kajal, the evaluator for Speaker Swati, to please provide your evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So, Toastmaster Swati, your speech was well structured, well defined, and everything you have covered. Like the title of your speech was "Women in New Era." So you have like just defined in your complete speech the first women, the successful women, and the Kalpana Chawla and the president of our India, how they like survived in their beginning, and they like made a successful career in their journey. So it was well structured and well defined speech that you deliver today. So the improvement, if I would say, that I just did not found any modulation in your voice. Your whole speech was in a same tone. Means it looks like you were reading some newspaper or something like. And the view in the virtual setup should be like your top of the head and the bottom of the chest should be visible in your virtual setup. So I just couldn't see you. Only your hair and this top of view was visible to me. Your hand gestures was not visible to me. I think you were doing some hand gestures, but I was not able to see those. And your eye contact was good. Yeah, means you were interacting with the audience. Yeah, it was good. Only the thing, yeah, the voice modulation was not good. And you perfectly met the purpose of the speech. Your speech purpose was writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present well organized speech. So you perfectly met your objective of your speech. But I would say only in the delivering way, the modulation and some hand gestures and some vocal variety, means you can some dramatically change your voice modulation somewhere if you are talking something serious or something exciting. So it might attract the audience to you, to your speech. So that's all from mine, and best of luck for your upcoming speeches. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kajal, for the evaluation. So I agree with all the points which Toastmaster Kajal has rightly pointed out. And Toastmaster Swati, first of all, congratulations to you, because you have joined the club recently and you have started giving the speech. That shows a lot of commitment towards the Toastmasters journey. And this is the second speech in a very short span of time. So kudos to that. I wish, I really want that you should come up with more and more speeches on a very short duration. Keep it up on that. Now, as Toastmaster Kajal has rightly pointed out, the few things on which you need to work on. One is about the camera setting, because that is important. There is no fixed rule that you cannot sit down and give the speech. But what happens is when you are sitting down, like at the moment I'm sitting down, so my hand gestures and hand movements are hardly visible or they are not properly visible. And also you are not able to use or utilize the entire stage. So there are a lot of scopes of movement. And when you are giving the speech, for example, when you are talking about the various famous personalities, so you could have said 1, 2, 3, 4, in that way. And you could have structured your speech that today I'm going to share with you a story of 4 women or maybe 5 women, right? And then you could have said, okay, the first woman is so and so, and this is what she did, right? Now, also in order to make it a more attractive way, in giving the story, you have the data with you that what they are famous for, but the same data, if you can just tweak it a little bit, for example, you could have said that what are the challenges which they faced. That would be more interesting to know. Because when you were saying that, for example, President Murmu, Draupadi, she had been an MLA 5 times. So what are the challenges she faced? Of course, she has faced many challenges in the journey. So those things, if you could have highlighted instead of only the data, because data itself is pretty boring. Right? So the same thing you could have presented in a more storytelling way that will be more compelling as well. But overall, a really good way of giving the entire thing. And just another small thing, that when you started off with your speech, your rate of speech was a little bit fast, right? So that happens that when you are a little bit nervous inside, we all are nervous actually, but don't show it off. Even if you're nervous, it's absolutely fine, because that helps you to be more alert in the stage, right? So, but don't show it off. just use a normal pause, give a normal pause, raise your voice a little bit high so that that will give you an instant confidence within you. And just keep a pace on your rate of speech. But overall, it was really nice. So I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Swati. And thanks. And let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Swati and Toastmaster Kajal. Great. Now, let's move on to our second part of the evaluation. Now, for that, may I request Toastmaster Duman to please present your timer report.
Hold on, I'm sharing the screen.
Sure.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, it is.
So the meeting started on time at 11:02. Then at the table topics, there was a guest Pai who did not qualify, and Toastmaster Pasha who went over time. Everyone else qualified. Prepared speeches, everyone qualified, and evaluation also.
Okay. For guest Pi and for Toastmaster Pasha, both of them will qualify because the total timing is 2 minutes 30 seconds. So 2 minutes.
Sorry. Everyone qualified.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Duman. A round of applause for our awesome timer. Okay, great. Now, our R counter. Let's see what the report comes up as the R counter. So for that, may I request our R counter for the day, Toastmaster Venkatesh, to please present your report.
Our counter is me, Sanket.
Oh, I'm so sorry. May I request Toastmaster Chetna to please present your report?
Hope you're able to view my screen, Sankhya.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, for the role takers, Anushka had used R twice, and Dhuman had used I will twice. And for table topics, Toastmaster Pi had used R 4 times, Tejas had used and twice, and also R twice. And our guest, Ashia, she had used R twice, and Toastmaster Venkatesh used and thrice. Kajal had used R thrice, and Sauvik used R twice. Anushka had used R twice, and Toastmaster Sankhya used R twice. I don't know about mine for table topics while I was speaking.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetna. A round of applause for our R counter, Toastmaster Chetna. And this R counter is pretty important as well because whenever we are speaking, this R counter report will always get stuck in my mind, and that's what I do. That every time I speak, I always get a little bit, like tense that, okay, I'm going to give a pause on the R's because I have a lot of R's, which I have cut down a lot, but still it's on the way. But I find this report is extremely helpful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetna, for the R counter report. And next we have something which I'm really, really afraid of, but we have Toastmaster Shobik, who is going to be the grammarian. And may I request Toastmaster Shobik to please present your grammarian report.
Yes, General Evaluator, just a minute. My screen is visible.
It's coming up. Yeah, I can see now.
So the sum of the proper usage or good usage of the words were beautiful, professional, coordination, exaggerate, reasonable, guilty pleasure, hamper, dominated, numerous, age is just a number, utilized, and some of the good improper usage of words were book to written, take to have, falling down, that we get to know. And unfortunately, nobody has used the word of the day. So this is all my report. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobik. A round of applause. Okay, great. Now here we come, the last part of this meeting. And this is how the report goes. So we started the meeting almost on time. We were waiting for a few more role takers to join in, but there was no much gap in between. So we almost started, thanks to Toastmaster Lalita, who always ensured that, yes, we should start the meeting on time. Being the Sergeant at Arms, she is very, very particular about it. Now, being the Sergeant at Arms, she spoke about all the required roles and responsibilities and what are the rules that we are going to follow. That was perfectly said. Just a small tip over here, Toastmaster Lalita. While you were speaking as the Sergeant at Arms, your rate of speech was very, very fast. So try to cut down that a bit. But apart from that, very well done. And I can see you have changed a lot. You have improved a lot as a speaker and also as a Sergeant at Arms as well. Thank you, and I wish you all the best. A round of applause for our Sergeant at Arms. Great. Now the baton was passed on from Toastmaster Lalita to our Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Shaubik. Toastmaster Shaubik has, as a presiding officer, he is also getting more and more pro. I can see a lot and huge improvement in Toastmaster Shaubik, and that's what happens when you take up a lot of meeting roles, you come up to the stage, and there's a huge improvement. Kudos to that, Toastmaster Shaubik. So Toastmaster Shaubik, as a presiding officer, you rightly pointed out about the history and the objective of the Toastmaster. You also took the guest introduction as well, which was great. But apart from that, as a presiding officer, you did everything fantastic. So kudos to you, and a round of applause for our presiding officer, Toastmaster Shaubik. Now the baton was passed on to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka. Toastmaster Anushka, fabulous. First of all, the topic that you choose was very, very unique, and people can correlate and coordinate. They can easily correlate with the topic. It's about cycling. And the moment you talk about our childhood days, you took us, everybody of us, to our childhood memories. Because nowadays, I mean, like I don't get to cycle because of the time and everything, but I used to travel, and I used to travel by cycle, and that's, I would say, it is a crush for me that whenever I'll get hold of a cycle, I would always love to go, and it's absolutely true for almost all of us. So you took, I mean, that topic selection was very particular and apt. And you also started off interacting with the audience, which gave a good engagement with the audience. You were able to hook on to that audience. So as the Toastmaster of the day, being the MC of the meeting, so you rightfully gained that confidence, how to hook the audience's attention span. That was very nicely done. You spoke about the benefits of the cycling. You also spoke about a story, a personal story about the competition which you had with your colleagues who reached fast to office. And that was really nicely done because the moment you share a personal story, you get hooked. I mean, everyone of us can correlate. Okay, this is Anushka, I know as a face. Even people don't know, but they are seeing you on this meeting. So we can start guessing that, okay, and this is how your colleague would be. So when you were explaining that story, you again took us back to that imaginary thing about the competition which happened. Kudos to that. And we also spoke about the various advantages about the bike versus cycle, about the rising petrol cost, how it is going to do. In terms of now coming to the second part of your as a Toastmaster of the day, when you introduce the speaker, you very rightfully give the speaker intro, which means that you already took that initiative, because I found some of the Timods, sometimes they are not very like ready with the introductions. So you took care about the introduction part. Also rightfully did an audio video check to ensure that there is no hindrance in between. That was the great part. Now coming to and also to add up to it, the transition which you made, like after the speaker spoke, then you transitioned, you gave a little bit of summary on that one, which is the transition phase. So everything here was very nicely done. Kudos to you. Now here's a small improvement, I would say, which could have been done. One is when you are introducing the speaker, so there is a format in Toastmaster which we follow. And the format is the the name of the speaker, then speech title, name. So that format was missing because that is the cue for the speaker to start the meeting. I think that was a small lapse which was there, but anyway, I mean, I'm sure next time you can take care of it. And another thing, in terms of your content, everything was fine, right? Only thing is that in terms of your delivery, also you have to be a bit more enthusiastic, right? So that will add an extra flavor to your overall presentation. But kudos to you. I see a huge, huge improvement again, Toastmaster Anushka. A big round of applause for our awesome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka. Great. Now the baton was again passed on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Lalita. Toastmaster Lalita, what a beautiful topics you came up with today as the table topic master. Very carefully, I would say you have selected the topics. The topics were easy, especially for the guests who have joined for the first time or second time. And it is very easy to understand as well. So people can understand, we can speak on those topics. That was really well done. At the beginning of your Toastmaster, when you took up this role, you rightfully stated what is the objective of the table topic. That gives a background, as well as you also spoke about what is the minimum and the maximum time which one should be careful enough. That minimum of 1 minute one should speak and maximum of 2 minutes one should speak. That was good. In terms of improvement area on this, one is that when you are moving from one topic to the another topic, the transition was missing. So how you can transition this, that you have to either you summarize that whatever the speaker was saying just in 1 or 2 lines, or you can quickly add a personal story of your term. Like for example, when one of the speaker told about the USA, they love to go to USA. So you can correlate with that, and you can also say that, okay, I know one of my friend, or maybe it's also my interest to go to the US. So this is the various transition way on which you can conclude that speech and you can move on to the next speech. So that one you need to work on. And but yeah, apart from that, great job done. So congratulations for taking up this role, and a big round of applause for our lovely Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Lalita. Great. So that was my overall report as a general evaluator. Now I would like to pass on the baton to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So I think now we can, so I think Toastmaster Lalita will also be sharing a voting link. So so just to give a brief context on this for the guest also. So for each of our role takers and speakers, we basically share a voting link to rate from your end which one do you think performed well and performed best basically according to you. So that will be shared. Meanwhile, we can also, so meanwhile, I would like to pass the baton to our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Souvik, for the general feedbacks. So over to you, Toastmaster Souvik.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anushka. I would like to congratulate our only Toastmaster Swati for completing her level 2 speech, level 1 and project 2 speech, and also congratulate all the speakers who have taken the effort to speak on table topic. It was a pretty good meeting. There were a lot of guests, and now is the main part of the meeting, which is the feedback. But before that, there is one more guest who sneaked in between the meeting. Toastmaster Mansi, would you like to give a small introduction as well as the feedback?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry I'll not be able to turn on my video, but then, okay. So, as far as feedback, firstly, let me introduce myself. I am Mansi, and I've been serving as VP Head of Capital at Toastmaster Club, and it's a very new club. And also, as far as feedback is concerned, I firstly like to congratulate all the speakers who attempted and they got their feedback, and I hope they go far for their journey. And it was a very well planned meeting, well in time, with good comments over the timings and good usages. There were very good words which were used throughout the meeting. And overall, I would like to congratulate for it. I don't know the number of the meeting. I guess 289 I heard. Yeah. So so irrespective of that, I am happy to be part of this club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi, for that feedback. Can I request Pai to share his feedback and what could be improved?
I felt the meeting was really good. The feedbacks given, and I think there is, I was noting down the feedback given by Sankhya also, like how to improve on speeches. I think this is one of the best meetings I've attended. Overall, the speakers, Anushka as well as Swati, they were, it was well structured speech. So I don't have any improvement feedback because I myself have to learn a lot in public speaking. So it was a good meeting, especially for me. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Pai, for that feedback. Can I request Tejas to share some feedback?
Hello. Yeah, my throat is not. I'm not feeling well today. So yeah, no, it's a really good meeting, and I joined a little late today actually. So I missed some initial part of the meeting. But I really like a couple of speeches like guest by, I don't know name of Pai. What is your name?
Srinivas Pai, but everyone calls me just Pai.
Yeah, okay. Srinivas, I really like your speech, like how you build like your travel plan and everything. So it's really a good weekend. Like on Sunday morning, we are learning something new, and it's really good. And I would like to be part of this gang every weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tejas. We are hoping to see you as a member soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, Chaitla, can you please tell like how was this meeting? Since this is the first meeting as a Toastmaster.
I have attended up till for 2 months. I have attended as a guest, and also today is my first meeting as a member. So each time I attend the session, I find it more fruitful, and I find that I get a lot of insights, and I get a lot to learn through this meeting, through the feedbacks given by the evaluators, and also I get to learn about the various roles. And I always found that the meeting is really well structured and it's well planned as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetna, for that feedback. As the presiding officer of the day, I would like to thank all the role takers and all the members and guests to show up. I'd like to close this officially, the meeting number 290, by saying that allow yourself to be a beginner. No one start off as excellent. So if you want to see the changes, make sure that you're consistent. Even public speaking is something you don't learn while listening. To be a good speaker, you have to speak. Be it take up small roles or give speeches, or even you can come up and do the table topic session. Even that will help. So with that, I would like to close the 298th meeting, and the floor is open for all the informal discussions. So you can close the recording. Stop.